let's speak about the elephant in the room. I'm sure everyone watched that game yesterday. Chelsea and City. City looked ominous. Chelsea looked shocked about the gap in performance and quality and the levels. Even though Chelsea had their chances, but when you're just watching the game, it seemed like City were playing even not even in second gear. They were playing like in gear and a half, like as they do. And they even thinking, oh, Chelsea away. Oh, 3 points. Normally we lose these games at the beginning. But you want to give us 3 points. What do you think, Mambo?
I I I want to meet the guy or the agent who sold Jackson to Chelsea and convinced Chelsea that that guy should be #1 striker and should be the first 11. That guy is
That's a
the
flop.
greatest
He's a
agent
flop.
ever.
Do you think he's
Jackson
still
is a
That
employed?
guy is
flop.
the greatest agent ever.
He's a
Whoever
flop.
convinced, whoever convinced them to buy that guy and become starting 11,
Yeah.
that guy is great. That's all what I want to say. If you
No,
want
but
to
then
sum up
okay,
all Chelsea
you have
problems,
him, but then what? Now you have the second manager. You had Pochettino. Now you have the next manager. Now the question is, what is he doing on the training ground that makes these managers think I need to start him now as well? Because clearly, whatever's happening in the training ground is not happening in the matches.
He's not transferring the skills from the
Yeah,
training ground
yeah,
to the actual match.
yeah. Something is missing.
Yeah, he must be leaving the skills in the training ground, then using a different
no.
tactic.
Jackson might have done something to them, which we don't know. But I'm telling you, that guy, he wasted a clear chance first half. And I was like, oh my God, I can't survive watching
You
this
know,
guy
there's
again.
a chance he had that it was offside. Yes,
No, it wasn't offside.
there's a counter attack that was
Yeah,
deemed offside. Yeah, you
yeah.
see,
The late
even
flag
if
they
it's
pulled.
offside,
Yeah,
show us the ability to do something
yeah.
about it. You're given a ball on the counter. It's a break on the counter. You're headed towards the corner line to do what? And there's no defender. You're supposed to head towards goal.
Hey,
Jackson will
Chelsea.
dribble.
Yeah.
Jackson will dribble, even if there is no defender.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I actually think Chelsea will improve from last season because they can't be worse than last season. I actually think their lineup is a little bit more compact, apart from Jackson. I think when Neto comes in properly, I think they'll have more options down that wing because I rate Neto highly. I wanted that player so badly. Like I highly rated Neto. He's one of the best dribblers in the Premier League. Can run with the ball,
Yeah.
but the problem Chelsea had is when you're a new manager and you got new players, you know, your first game of the season, yeah, you don't want Guardiola and City. You
No,
know,
I think Chelsea played well. They really played well compared to last season at the Pochettino. So I think their biggest problem is coming when because of a new striker. But all other departments, they look compact. The midfield look good. So within the next few games, if they get everything striker, trust you me, this Chelsea will be a big challenger to the rest of the teams. Remember, they are out of Champions League, so they have refs games, so they can concentrate directly to Premier League and to perfecting the tactics. But Man City, they really looked nice. They were playing so well, and it's just like they were they picked up from where they left in
it was a training. It's like a training
last
session.
season.
Like
Yeah,
the
because I think
golfing gap.
actually
You can do that to Chelsea
most
in their
teams,
house.
let's just jog around. We get the 3 points, we go forward.
City quietly went under the radar, I think, in some of the things they've done. And now they've come back. They brought back that deadliness they had before. Now they have two wingers with crazy pace.
Silvino.
You got Sevilla and Doku. So now they brought that pace back on the wings now. With Haaland up front and with these guys running on the side of them, it's going to cause problems for the Premier League. And De Bruyne is just going to now he doesn't even need to give pinpoint accuracy passes to those wingers. He just needs to put it ahead of the defenders, and they'll reach it, and they're going to cause problems. And yeah, they're looking deadly. Haaland's looking sharp. De Bruyne started sharp, and you remember naturally these guys, they always start slow. City always are off the block slowly. So if we, the rest of the teams, just let them just gradually pick up points and hang around us, it's going to be a problem for us. That's,
Yeah, it is.
you know, we need to try and create some sort of gap with them.
That's true.
A distance from these guys because they're looking sharp. Of course, they're looking the favorites, but against Chelsea, new team, new season, yeah, that's you can almost give it to them on that with a new manager. But I think from Chelsea's point of view, they need to look at that game and think like, okay, these are the champions, but we also know City as the season goes on, they just keep peaking and peaking and peaking, and you want to win a title, that's the level you have to chase. So I think that was a reality check for Chelsea yesterday. What do you think, Mambo?
You remember last time when I told you, like, they always go under the radar and sign new players, and you are surprised by, like, who is this? Who is this? So I always say, like, City are so good in identifying, like, the real players they need for challenging other teams. And there are two new wingers, brilliant. And so we still have more time to watch them and observe. What
Yeah.
I really wanted to ask you guys is, were you happy with the way the refereeing was the game of Man City and Chelsea? Because that's the other factor. That do you think, like, sometimes referees are being carried when the big teams are playing against? Now Chelsea is a lesser team now, for now.
Okay. Hey, you got that Arsenal bubblehead. No, I think the referees can be given a bit of leeway. I mean, it's the first game of the season. I mean, you saw that bad refereeing in the Crystal Palace game where he blew the whistle when the Crystal Palace scored that amazing goal. Eze scored that goal off the post from outside the box, and he called for a foul, but he realized it wasn't really a foul. But then the VAR, the rules are, if you blew the whistle before uh, the goal even went in, then by law it can't be a goal. So they have to go back. So they always work on when the whistle is blown. So the referee, they realized he made a mistake. He should have let the actual thing happen, and then called the foul after the motion of the play, but he messed it up. But like the City, but I also think the City game, City in Chelsea, yeah, it's a big game, but I don't remember. I mean, what in particular do you mean, like in that game for the refereeing wise?
But I think, Abdi, what he's saying is very crucial, and I think this referees, they're professional. This is what they do for a living. I think, and now that we have the VAR in play, I think a referee should not be at any time be quick to make judgment. There are those calls that are really crucial, and you have the VAR in play. I think to show a level of professionalism, I think referees should be very keen, because you see, like the incidents we said of Eze, that is so unfortunate. It's a time unfortunate because we have the VAR, and it's there to help such mistakes not to happen. So I think at times referees should be really keen not to jump into blowing the whistle, because it's not a lollipop that you just chew every time. Take your time. You just blow it anyhow. Yeah,
But they
so I
changed
think,
some of the rules, I think, this season as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
For
Even the hand,
referees,
like
for
the
the
handball
VAR,
rule.
yeah.
Yeah. So there are things that are going that are changed, but I think against the Man City game, now that game is a big teams. That I think at times it's also a big task for referees to really control the game. So I wouldn't really say that it was a biased game by the referee, but I think it's a high game which you expect high decisions, and at times they can be on your side or against you. You just keep on playing.
My last question I just thought is, will this season VR play into, like, teams? Because last season we saw some decisions went against other teams, went for other teams. Will this season see the repeat of last season?
I mean, I don't know. Look, at the end of the day, VAR is not perfect, but compared to what we had before, it's like 80% improvement on correct calls compared to what you had before. I mean, I think it's easy also to punish the VAR now and some of the things because no one remembers what it's like before. But I remember very clearly the stupid refereeing. People who were like 1-2 meters offside and goals go in, or like
Yeah.
all these fouls of guys just diving in thin air, getting penalties. Those kind of frustrations. Like, but I think they're gonna improve on it better. I think VAR is not perfect, but I'm a big fan of VAR. I think when you look at the statistics, it's a massive improvement on calls. You know,
all Arsenal fans are big fans of VAR.
the important moments. You know, you can make
VAR
sometimes you can make
FC.
calls, bad judgment calls. You know, sometimes you can make accidents, but you know those moments where you know that you had a penalty and the referee didn't get it and the VAR did. You know, or there was a fake
You know,
penalty and the VAR
you
catches.
know VAR. You know VAR is video Arsenal referee, eh?
Yeah. Okay. On that note, Bambo. Thank you guys. We'll end it there. We'll come back, I guess, next weekend and see all the other big games and everything else.
That's true.